I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship.
This is brought to you.
Come and take a ride with me.
None other than the peak.
And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me.
Hey, everybody got their own thing,
and I can
right?
take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy.
You know, I normally don't talk about cars and shit. But you know, I'ma bring the 90s back with this one here. Hey, this paint cost me $2 key. Got an antique, just a charter me. Sitting sideways where your daughter be. Got a little bad bitch with a Georgia peach. Fuck, nigga, don't bother me. I swing on a nigga retardedly. Gripping wood, chilling with the wood. Fuck a slab, bitch, just a car to me. All gas, no stopping me. Backwood full of broccoli. Weighted trunk for the mockery. Leather wheel on mahogany. My old school got a facelift. The inside like a spaceship. 10, 12s off base here. Turn it up, watch the flake chip. Kill niggas, no toe tag. All cash, no low jack. Big crippin' and they know that. Got a wheelchair, my flow mad. Left, right, make it body rock. Paint looking like a lollipop. Pussy niggas get molly wop if he put his hands on my exotic pie.
I got these swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy.
I got them swingers on my spaceship. Ooh, look how them ace fit. Peanut butter, jelly, yellow hammers wanna taste it. Come and take a ride with me. Come on now, get high with me. Get fly with me, slide with me. I'll take you out of this galaxy. Mayonnaise on my Vogues and I can't forget the mustard. Cranberry exterior with a silencer on my muffler. Autopilot through the Milky Way. Got a pilot up to Mars. You know we shoot for the moon. We already passed the stars. Guards, jars, bars. This is a spaceship, not a car. Guards, jars, bar. Yeah, you know we going hard. Vacuums to suck up the smoke. Stash spots with the guns in the dope. Swing, swing, I'm off of the road. Swing, swing, I'm off of the globe. Yo, where we going, we don't even need roads. At the rate I'm going now, we don't even need hoes. Facelifts and bracelets, my place is so spacious. All I do is take trips with swingers on my spaceship.
I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, 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 spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy. I got them swingers on my spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. Come and take a ride with me. And I can take you out the galaxy.
Hey, what's up everybody? Another night with Crowded Music streaming. Again, if you're an independent artist, make sure you download the app, Crowded Music Streaming, and send all your music and artwork to crowdedmusicshare@gmail.com so we can definitely create your artist profile and get you paid for being an independent artist. We do pay for streams. Tonight, our special guest is Wood of SUC. If you're from Houston, you know about the SUC, the whole DJ school movement, and tonight Wood will be joining us. Thanks to everybody that's been supporting the Crowded Room with us these last few weeks. We really appreciate that. Right now, we're just waiting on Wood to jump on, and for all my independent artists that's going to see this, make sure you download the Crowded Music streaming app, and you send all your music and artwork to crowdedstreamingshare@gmail.com. Looks like Wood's here. We're gonna bring him in. Wood, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, yo? What's up, RJ?
Not much, man. Glad to have you in the Crowded Room tonight.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Terry Wood, SUC, been doing this a long time. Got longevity in your career.
Yes, sir.
We want to get into all of that tonight. Want to get into some of your new music and all of that. But
all right.
First, for the people who may see this, who not from Houston, just give a little background on yourself and SUC, because I know you've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, yes, sir. My name is Wood. I'm a local artist from here in Houston. I started my music career in elementary. I actually went to a Vanguard elementary school, and I learned to play the trumpet. I learned to play all the bass instruments in elementary. So I tried in 6th and 7th grade, a little more music, but in 7th grade, the sports come in, and it was like, man, football and basketball. So I got away from the music, but I've always had an ear. I could write sheet music. I could actually play the trumpet. I could do the whole dissertation. I could probably do it memorized. In 5th grade, I was doing memorized Thanksgiving plays and Christmas plays and stuff like that, playing the trumpet. And I did so. I was first chair also in 5th grade, playing the trumpet in the band. And then when I got to junior high, I took stanzas and poetry, and I changed the words. I take a poet. I learned how to do it. I was self-taught a little bit, so I take a poetry out of the book, out of my schoolwork, out of my books, and I take it and I change the words around, and then that's how I learned how to do stanzas. I learned the bars. I learned the choruses, the hooks, and that started my career. Like 7th grade, I was like trying to do talent shows and everything, and I put the music, I put the sheet music and the trumpet down, but rap was real big. My brother was a DJ. I have 2 brothers that are DJs. My father, he also had a great record collection. My uncle had a record collection, and it's like music is embedded in our family. I have 2 brothers that can play 5 instruments. I can only play 2, but I have 2 brothers that can play 5 instruments.
So, although you are a rapper, you are definitely a true musician. I mean,
yes.
You play instruments, so it's bigger than you just walking up to the mic. And
Correct.
Definitely a musician.
Right.
Yeah.
I play trumpet, and that's what I believe I am as an artist, as a rapper. I'm still the trumpet. You can hear the drums, you can hear all the other stuff, but the trumpet is a piercing sound, and it stands out. And I'm a verbal trumpet. I'm just a vessel.
Understood. So tell me about your connection with SUC. How did that happen? And the longevity. Tell us about all of that.
Well, like I say, it's a music background that's in my family, and I always ran to it. My brother was a DJ in the late 80s and early 90s, and him, King T, Luscious, Sir Pace, Luscious Ice, all these guys were doing Kids Jam at KTSU. So, you know, they play the hip hop, and we'd be at home with our tape recorder, pressing record and pause, waiting for Kids Jam to come on. So my brother's, you know, DJ skills could be recorded. And I could be like, yeah, that's my brother on Kids Jam. Y'all listening? And it kind of transferred to Screw because I grew up with my bedroom next to mine was 2 turntables, the Cerwin Vega speakers, the big view Cerwin Vegas concert speakers.
Yeah.
And my brother had Technique 1200s in the 80s, you know, and what correlates that to Screw is because a lot of people who had turntables heard the song Power Revealed by the Beastie Boys. And slow and low, that is the tempo. And they actually screwed the song in the breaking part of the song. So a whole group of DJs, they all tried it back then before Screw, you know, actually emphasized and personified it as Screw music, you know. And I was 6th, 7th grade. I was toying with it. So I moved to the east side. I believe God puts you where you're supposed to be. Even if you're in jail, you're in trouble, a lot of things like that, God puts you directly where you need to be at that point in time. And I moved from 3rd Ward to the southeast area. And I was off of Kings Point and Fuquay, and Screw lived off of Telephone and Fuquay. And just by luck of music and hip hop being a culture, you know, the backpacks, the graffiti, the breakdancing, all that is hip hop. It's not just about music. And Screw was a local DJ, a few years older than me. And, you know, I think it was my 10th grade year. It was a random events of just parties, boom, boom, like in May, you know, the kids in high school, May and July, we partied, went to the beach, all that. And Screw was the DJ of a lot of house parties, you know, and that's how I actually first met Screw. And I don't even know if his name was DJ Screw at that point. I don't even think his name was DJ Screw at that point. But I met him, it was 1989. I can remember the date, July 15th. My partner Badru from Gulf Meadows. Screw lived in Quail Meadows. Badru lived in Gulf Meadows. Gulf Meadows, the neighborhood. Quail Meadows, the apartments. Fuquay, right down the middle.
Right.
And Fuquay and Telephone. So I'm from 3rd Ward. I moved to the southeast side behind Alameda Mall, like close in Clear Creek, Clear Lake area. And I'm like, man, I'm from 3rd Ward. I can't vibe with, you know, some of these people because, you know, it was 2 different lifestyles. I came from 3rd Ward and it was broke and poor and poverty and drugs. And I go to the east side and it's all kosher. So my thought was, you know, I'm going to just go where I feel like I'm almost in 3rd Ward. And that just happened to be Screw's side of town. And that was Quail Meadows and Gulf Meadows. And I would ride my bike. I come from like Fuquay and 45, and I drive all the way down Fuquay to Telephone. And I kick it with them. You know, I'd be tired when I get there, be tired when I get home. But I was just hanging around certain people, and I didn't understand at that point that it was, you know, music, and I didn't know music was going to take me and introduce me to so many people. But I met Screw. I was 15 years old. It was summertime. His birthday was around the corner. My birthday just passed.
So Wood, when you and Screw connected, did you know at that time that you would be a part of something legendary, or were you guys were doing what you enjoyed? But tell me about what everybody else, what it was like you realized, because I know everybody from the Screwed Up Click SUC had to wake up one day and say, "Wow, we really did something legendary." So when was that moment for you? It was like, I mean, you're a legend in Houston, and so I mean Texas. So what is it like when you wake up and you realize, like, I'm a legend in this industry?
Man, this is why DJ Screw has his music, his legacy has lived so long. This is why it's so strong as a unit. Is we never really thought. I mean, everybody had in the mind state, man, we gonna do it, man, we gonna blow up, man. But in actuality thinking of it, not just an idea, in actuality thinking, you know, everybody in the back of everybody's mind, man, this ain't gonna work, man. They got rapper out, they got Swamp House, they got all these other things going on. But what it was you have a radio station and you have an underground, right?
Right.
That's all. That's it. You got radio, overground, you got underground. Screw music was actually both. Because You can listen to 97.9 all day long and might not understand the music and might not know but about 2 or 3 of the artists. But when you hear a Screw tape, this car passed by. You hear Big Mo sing. You at the light. You just at the light. You sitting at the bus stop or you at the store. Another car passed by. You hear Kiki voice or you hear Pokey voice or, you know, and it's that. Screw became the radio station.
I'll definitely say SUC definitely made music for the city and for Texas, surrounding states. I mean, when you look at music and you look at the Jay-Z's and the Nas and people from the East Coast and all of that, the E40s and things like that, everybody, they at home, that's the music that people want to hear because you can relate to what they talking about. Like when people say, oh, Texas, all they talk about is cars, but in Texas, the slab culture is part of the culture the same way that whatever the stuff they do in California or up north.
Man.
I think that's a part of their culture. It's a part of our culture here.
Yes.
So we talk about it.
Yes. And I get that. I get that all the time on my YouTube station. Sometimes I drop videos and the guy was like, man, I hate Houston music. All y'all talk about is cars and clothes, and I stopped. And I was gonna reject and block it and say something crazy. And I thought about it. I said, let me go on, break it down. I say, so when you look in the mirror in the morning and you put your clothes on, that's hip hop. When you get in the car and you don't drive, you do not drive your car until you turn the radio to where you want it. That is hip hop. And I never seen a rap video without a car in it. I have never seen a rap video without fashionable clothes in it. I mean, the guy Toby, he's doing he's doing the clothing line, and he's doing the, kind of same stale type of clothing, just not bright colors and stuff. And that's different. And he is different in that, right? But hip hop is about breakdancing. Hip hop is about graffiti. They spray paint the train. They keep spray painting "Be Someone" over the railroad downtown. Now it says voter died. First it said George Floyd. This is hip hop. Hip hop is socially where the world learns their trends, their fads, their fashion, their style. This is where they get it from. They might not agree with it and say it to our face, but everything that we do in music is stolen, and it carries over to sports, football, basketball. It carries over to everywhere. Even if you heard it, like the country rap song a little while ago, that was a hit. Hip hop carry over into every genre of music, but they want to deny it because it's really supposed to be solely ours. And I just had this one dude, and I was like, bro, I gotta put my clothes on. When I put my clothes on, I'm gonna look in the mirror. I'm gonna want to look like someone. Rakim. I'm gonna have a flat top. Yes, I had the flat top like Kwame and Big Daddy Kane. These things, everybody's doing it. The kids got a hairstyle. It was a high left, low right.
The gum.
High left, low right. Kids come to the barbershop. Yeah, let me get a juice. Bruh, that haircut came out before Juice. That's not called a Juice. That's not called a Tupac. That's called a Gumby, a high left, low right. And hip hop, it does that. If you look at the mohawk, the Boosie haircut. That's a poopy-doo. That's a pumpy-doo. That's a pumpy-doo. And people in New Orleans Juvenile been rocking the Boosie his whole Juvenile's career, but now it's called the Boosie. And it's not a bad or a good thing. It's just so many people try to stick. They want to say, okay, boom, you're in that category. Boom, we're going to ostracize you. We're going to put you in the box. You can't do that with hip hop, my man. And I know the East Coast and the West Coast, other regions try to differ and don't say they like it, but they gonna come get a feature from Pimp C and Jay-Z gonna come get a feature from Pimp C and Bun B.
I think that's a thing of the past right now. I think artists are now networking. I mean, worldwide. I mean, just especially in the States. I think that's a thing of the past. Personally, I think artists from up north like working with artists down south and Cali and all of that. That was something that back in the day it was like, oh well, we from different sides, so we have. But if I was an artist, I'd want to work with everybody so I can gain that fan base. That's what I want to do. But I would drop a couple gems for me if you don't mind. I want you to tell other independent artists how you were able to maintain being a successful independent artist throughout your career.
What most people don't know about me or like my my comrade Youngster. Well, a lot of people don't know about us is we maybe did sign under a label. We maybe did have a CEO, but 9 times out of 10, we were footing the bill. We were paying for it. We were putting in the work as an artist. And we learned back then and now, if you invest in yourself, you don't run into a lot of those stumbling blocks. You know, I had to learn this fact from having 2 CEOs who were car salesmen. I was a car salesman also. I had 2 CEOs who are car salesmen. They're trying to sell me to the industry as a car. But now that I represent myself and I walk in all these doors in these offices, people treat me different, and I'm looking like, I'm the same Wood. I'm the same, you know, I'm a little calmer and less retarded, you know, but I'm the same guy. But the thing with the industry is people treat you according to the people who represent you. So if you got a guy represent you, he has street cred or doesn't have street cred or people don't like him, those opportunities that you're going to miss because of his relationship with the people. And I had to learn, investing in myself, all that problem going, I'm somebody's like crazy. I walk in people, I'm, hey man, what you doing? I'm like, when I was on the Straight Profit or I was on Johnny Palmer or Cat Daddy Records, you guys weren't, hey man, I was having to talk to him. Now they talk to me, and you know, a lot of that BS get, you know, it's out of the way. So get your publishing and invest in yourself.
Okay, so you want to let them know good representation and a good reputation goes a long way. Now,
that's taking you a long way. Yes.
Yeah. Tell us more about that publishing for independent artists, because I don't think a lot of them, you know enough about publishing to really understand how it goes, the point system with records and things like that. Okay.
With publishing, most people don't understand the point system. Most people think, okay, it's a song, 100%. I'm gonna give him 25. I'm gonna give him 25. I'm gonna give me 25. But publishing doesn't go like that. Publishing, you have 200%. You have 100% solely left for the production. And if they want to break it down to 25, 25, 25, because the guy played the guitar, a guy played the bass, a guy had the live drums. So that's 100% for that track. If you got 4 people producing the track, or 2 people like Cool and Dre, or you got, you know, or you got Warren G and Daz. Daz did the track, but Warren G finished it, or Warren G did the track and Dr. Dre finished it. They break that producer side of 100% down. Then the rapper on the artistry side, you also have 100%. And this 100%, let's say it's me, Youngster, and Big T. Big T on the hook. Boom, I give him 33 1/3. Youngster did his verse, I give him the 33 1/3. If that's what they want, or if that's what I feel. And you break that down, and there's another 100%. So you have 100, 100, you have 200 total possible percentage on one single song. And most people don't know the breakdowns. Most people want I want the back end, I want front end. Give me my money up front. A lot of people don't know the scenarios of music, and they don't know how it's broken down. And for me, I started with my publishing company in the beginning of my career. Yes, I was on record labels. Yes, I produced labels under CEOs, but I always had my publishing. Of course, I've never had the hits like some of my Houston counterparts. You know, I've really never had the hits. I'm one of the guys that they don't put on the radio. I'm the epitome of Tupac. I'm the epitome of Pimp C, and dudes like us, they not putting in the front street, you know. So I never really had the royalty checks that I wanted to receive, but I do. They come. I do get them, you know. So
yeah. I mean, but you still pushing it, and trust me,
it only takes one song.
Yeah, it only takes one song.
It only takes one.
And listen, the guy you was talking about with that country song, I mean, that thing, he wasn't even a rapper. He just was playing around with music and
voila.
So
yeah, and you just look at Maze, Frankie Beverly Maze. They not going to do no new albums. They still every month they getting checks. One song. It just take one song, one great album. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people think quality. A lot of people think quantity. And hey man, it's however you like it. But I know you get one hit, you get 100% of your own publishing on that one hit. You can eat for the rest of your life. You can perform that same song, and you don't have to drop another album.
Well, I'm gonna say this about your music. we're not gonna say you don't have no hits, because people just need to go back and listen, because you definitely got hits. They just haven't been heard the way they need to be heard.
Correct, correct.
But you definitely got hits. I mean, and I don't know, and you know, maybe it needs to be a talk with 97.9, because I don't hear enough local talent on the radio anymore. You know, so
They're trying to fix it.
and maybe we all need to get together and walk up there to the office and knock on the door and ask them what's going on. You know, we're gonna start spinning the music right here on Crowded Streaming, and
Correct,
we're gonna take over. We're gonna take over. But I know you've been putting your music down, but I also know that you're active in the community and things like that. And you were talking about publishing and how the checks still come in. So tell me your I know one of the things you speak on kind of on your music and in different interviews is Black economics. So if you have a if you want to bless us with some gems on that, give us a few of your tips that you use and you think maybe other artists or just people can use with these economics you talk about.
Okay, on the Black economics, I take this conversation seriously because everybody in their right mind and in their right train of thought believes, oh, I ain't spending no more money with white people. I ain't spending no more money with pink people. I ain't spending no more money with, I'm just going to buy black. Now, this is an actual attitude of so many people. Everybody's feeling that right now. Everybody's on that right now. But at the same time, if I buy a shirt from Bill and Ted's and I sell it to you, we still sending money to them because I have to buy my product from them and sell it to you. So in our mindset, we can buy black, we just don't go nowhere, don't do this. Everybody, what we say, everybody, let's party on 4th of July, but on July 7th, nobody spend no money. The money we spend on 4th of July, we ain't gonna have no money July 7th, no way, because we buy barbecue and everything else. So I don't like people to take it the wrong way when they say it, or take it the wrong way when I say that's not gonna work. Because what's gonna work is what works is when people work together. A baseball team cannot win without each player. A football team cannot win without each player. They're not tripping on if I throw the ball to the Mexican or the black guy for us to get this win. They're not tripping on that. And black people, we have a problem. We feel like we just gonna withdraw and do this, do that. Bro, we have to work with them. There is no way possible we can do this without them. Unless we want to move back to Africa, we want to go to Africa. We can go to Africa. I see my partner Filmo from Filmo. He's out there building schools. He's building a studio. He's building a building for these people. He got two. What's my boy name? JT Money. He got two water purifiers, aquifers, and he's bringing them water. You know, and he's teaching them how to go back and do what we're supposed to do. Now that is possible. The kid made Matumbo going to Africa, making things happen. That is all that's possible. But we as a people think, yeah, we just get him out of our pocket and we good. No, we got to work with him. You have to lease. What is the black title company called? The home title company called?
I can't name.
Okay, let's go to Ciroc. P. Diddy, does P. Diddy own Ciroc?
He owns a portion, I believe.
Okay, do black people own the NAACP?
I doubt it.
No, it's the people who make the checks, who sign the checks and send them off. They're not our people, but it says NAACP and it's civil rights. That's not. Okay, let's go to that was civil rights. Let's do the Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. We need to do that. We're gonna get money to all the players, the football players. We're gonna put it on the ground.
I'll tell you, because you know, of course, a lot of people bring that up. Anybody, and I always say, if you saying Black Lives Matter using the hashtag, you need to know who George Soros is, and you need to know about Antifa. Now, the movement might have started in the right place, but it was definitely hijacked, and that's why you have these people protesting, and then when the sun goes down, things are burned. I always tell everybody this, and I mean, if you're gonna protest when the sun go down, go home, because that's when the paid people are coming to tap up. So you gotta know, who George Soros is. I won't tell you who he is. I'll say his name, and you go look it up. Go look up George Soros. Go look up Antifa, and then see what the movement is. I don't want to say too much on the internet because I don't want, because we got to have a conversation. We got to give to everybody when you talk like that. Like, we got to go hours to school them on who George Soros is, so they don't think we giving up. It's like, no, but you got to know who the guy is. You being tricked. You being tricked. You being tricked. Yeah.
Yes. BET. Oh, we BET. That black lady, she on BET, dude. Bruh, everything is not ours. Nothing is ours but ourselves.
So this is the thing with BET. And I'm pretty sure you're going to agree. There is no educational show on BET. There's no educational show on BET. There's no positive show on BET. Every movie they show is a hood classic. The Menace to Societies, The Boys in the Hood, things like that. And I'm a fan. I watched them, but we don't have to keep making those movies. And I think movies like that, and sometimes music like that creates the divide. And let me tell you what I mean when I say creates the divide. I've never been face to face with a lion, but I have seen on television what happens to people who are face to face with a lion. So if you are not always around black people, didn't grow up around black people, and you watch these movies that happen to come on your television channel, when you come face to face with somebody, you expect them to act like, oh, dog, that's all you see. You expect them to act like Kane. So I say, I'm a fan. I've seen the movies, but we don't need those anymore. It's time to have more movies about brothers becoming doctors, lawyers, and I'm not talking about like Mike, basketball, none of that. I'm talking about scientists. The movie they put out, young ladies, the women who did the mathematics so the guy could go to the moon, that was perfect.
Miss Johnson. That's why it's called Johnson Space Center, not because of Lyndon B. Johnson, because of Miss Johnson.
I think if we had more music and more movies that we put out that was positive, right, exactly. Jay Mosley, they showing us in a negative way. But it's all about the narrative. It's the narrative that they saying, but we also have to change the narrator. Exactly. Because if they keep saying it, we got to stop narrating that. So when people say, like, I prefer when we doing interviews, and a lot of times I don't ask people where they grew up at, because if you say the ghetto, everybody's seen it, and we all have been there. No need to visit that anymore. But let's talk about where we're going and how we can be positive. We don't need any more ghettos. We don't need any more gangbangers. We don't need any more people in jail. We don't need any more movies showing us people in jail. We don't need any more movies showing gangbangers or anything like that.
Gentrification.
So, movie about black people. It needs to be Black Panther 2. Why we can't do the Fast and Furious? Why we can't do?
Why we can't get to 7 and 8? Right, with one movie, one.
So I personally, and look, me and Wood gonna take this time to tell everybody who sees this, if they drop another gangster movie with killing and all of that black on black stuff, do not support it. We don't want it anymore. No.
We're not even gonna entertain that energy, bro. We're about growth right now.
Yeah,
we're about building. Anything that's around gentrification of the black man, the indigenous black people, Hispanics, Latinos, bro. We're not on that right now. The Black Panther movie, it was a perfect example on what we really have to believe in and how we all believe after we get to see, hey man, it's another avenue than just negativity and disrespect to our black women. And I try, even when I'm doing videos, everybody like, man, put something. I really don't be liking black women shaking their booty in my video. Everybody like, bro, you gotta do that. That's what everybody, Gucci Man shoot a video in the club all the time. I'm like, bro, that's not helping us.
But that's why you your base that kept you around so long is because you had some substance in your music. Anybody can put somebody on camera and shake something, and you just watch the video. Nelly had the video back in the day, Tip Drill. Remember that? Right. I can't tell you one word from the song,
You remember this? You remember this? That's like, look, I know it's doing it.
But you don't remember the lyrics.
I got it. I know the song. This was the song.
I never heard that song out. I never heard a song in my car. It was only the video. So you got to have more than that for people to listen to your music and things like that. So I'm glad what you do with your music and how it goes, but I'm with the movement. Like, hey, we don't have to do that. And I know that certain things have been hijacked, and I'm glad you're speaking on it. You know, just to put it out there, because everybody doesn't give this kind of knowledge to independent artists or just people, period. You know, they don't have nowhere to go and learn this. This is my second time within 3 weeks bringing up George Soros when people bring up the Black Lives Matter movement, and I'm telling them, go and look at it, because people will say, hey, go protest. We didn't burn it down. And I'm like, I know you did, but people will bust in to burn something down. Like when you got kids on skateboards, you breaking stuff, you gotta know something else is. These kids are, I mean, I said this too. How do you get 500,000 people or whatever it was, 300,000 people in the inner city in 2 hours? That's more than just people driving down there. We live in Houston. You can't get out of here at 5 o'clock. So
No,
you
you can't.
tell me where you find 300,000 people to get to the middle of Houston in 2 hours. It's not possible unless there is another story to it that they're not going to tell. But I don't want Instagram to shut us down. But
Right. They'll do us like they did Boosie. Boosie mad right now. Boosie hot right now.
We're not going to do that. See, Boosie one of them where you got to have self-accountability. Boosie said,
that gentrification.
Instagram will send you $1,000. And Instagram said, hey, it's cut off. And Boosie said, man, why y'all cut me off? so yeah, definitely. But also, with saying all of this about George Soros and all of this, I know you are adamant about getting people registered to vote. And let me say this, over at Crowded, we don't vote for whoever you want to vote for. Just get out and vote is all we saying over here at Crowded. Be registered to vote and get out and vote for whichever candidate you would like. But be registered and do your job and get out to vote. Now,
man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I took that real serious. You know, I come from a criminal background to where I only got my voting rights back in 2004. And I've exercised my right from 2004 to right now. And I was before then, because I didn't have my rights. I ain't got to vote. I ain't never going to vote. That mentality is not what we need to move forward. My aunt, she pulled me to the side. And she said, I need you to vote. I don't want you voting for who I want you to vote for. I need you to vote, and I need you to do this now. And I was like, man, I ain't voting. Damn this. What's going on right now? I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not in it. I ain't going to vote. I ain't going to say nothing. And she pulled me to the side. And, you know, she's almost 70. And for her to raise her heart rate up and to get frustrated that I didn't want to vote, she made me go out. That's why I actually went out. I have a lot of other people ask me also to speak on it because a lot of people have passed away. You know, Emmett Till, the names that could go on forever on Rosa Parks and things of civil rights movement of the 60s and 70s. And a lot of people got stoned. They got bit by dogs. They passed away. And this is the reason we have to vote. I'm not telling you these are the people you need to pick to rule your life. These are the people you need to get behind. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to exercise your right because people have lost their lives for us to even have a right. Right. You understand what I'm saying? And I understand the schematics. I understand we have three different chambers of the government. We have three different people in the government. All of them are gonna point at each other. Okay? So you have a situation where voting is done on your delegates, your descendants. Our vote is not counted. Electoral votes are what actually make the vote count. Okay, electoral votes. Donald Trump didn't have the most votes, but he won by electoral votes. And a lot of people can't understand that or can't fathom that, and they use that as a ploy to, well, our vote don't count, so I ain't voting over it. that sounds like slave mentality. If you listen to, I ain't got no votes, I ain't gonna vote nowhere. They're double negative. The English is even screwed up when you say it. So
Right.
my thought process is we have to vote. We have to exercise that right. Even though I know the electoral votes will make the decision, but it's our avenue, it's our voice, it's our movement, it's our energy, and we have to get up off our butt and go do something for other people other than ourselves. And lastly, you got the thing where, you know, the candidate is actually not letting a lot of people vote through the mail. They're letting senior citizens vote through the mail, but they're not letting a lot of other people vote through the mail. So we have to think about it. Okay, they got all these things set up for us not to win. So we have to counter, and we have to be proactive instead of reactive. And everybody like, man, voting don't do this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna explain it to you and tell you what it is, and this is why. And they be looking at me like, man, you know what, you're right. Because our mentality is like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. It don't what they gonna do don't affect me. I understand the situation, but I know this is something we gotta do. For Martin, for Malcolm.
If you can go here, here, and here, you can get out and vote.
Black Friday, you fighting over TV. You don't even need a TV. But because the TV had price, you finna go in there and fight over a $250 TV because you get it for $100.
If you can if you can hit the hot spots, you can vote. So
you can stand in line for Jordans on Saturday. You can get in line for Jordans and spend $200 on a shoe that costs $9. Come on, bro.
Yeah. And again, anybody that sees this, we're not telling you who to vote for. Whichever candidate you like,
no,
of course, and vote for that candidate. What we are saying is just get out and exercise your right to vote. A lot of people say rights and their voices the way that they should. So just get out and vote.
Correct. Please do. As Joe Clark would say, expeditiously.
Right. So listen, before we get out of here, because we didn't took up a lot of time, tell us about what you're working on right now. What song you have out right now? I know you sent us some music over, and we got that up on Crowded Streaming. But talk about your music for a minute.
Oh man, I'm a 46-year-old veteran rapper. I just released a EP called "The Best Thing Smoking," and you know, not to toot my own horn, pat myself on the back. My arm's actually too short to pat myself on the back, but it's a pretty good album. I love it. It shows the growth and my maturity and my level in the rap game as a solid artist, a solid solo artist, because a lot of Houston artists are actually putting compilations together and they say it's their album like they're a solo artist, but you know, yeah, like they say, time is money. Time is money. I had a single, "Time is Money" on I had it on Street Flavor, and that's a nice hit. I got the solo to produce it. I got Shelly Lane singing, that's a banger. Then I got the Spaceships video. We just shot Spaceships video last month, and it should be out tonight. It's supposed to be here now, but
all right. Make sure you send it over to us so we can put it up.
Yeah, Spaceship video. I had girls in spacesuits, and they were doing a little twerking, but you know me, I'm so casual. I just wanted a good look and a good vibe. And I actually used Young Dolph's director for my photography. I used AP the God as my director of photography, and we went to a movie set, a video studio, and we made a good movie. I'm gonna call it a movie. It's a half video, half movie. We made a good video, and I featured a lot of girls, you know, a lot of models. I got Shelly Lane on that track also. Eric E-Man Hollis. He produced the track Spaceships, and it's spacey, it's groovy, it's slow, it's monotonous, you know. And of course, that's Houston, you know, that's our style. It's called Swingers on My Spaceship, and the spaceship was the car, you know.
So tell me about some of the other artists that you are working with right now.
Right now, as of right now, oh man, I got my homie, another vocalist. His name is Huey Nunn, Spider 3000. I'm partner out of Shreveport, and I'm also dealing with his cousin, Bass Heavy. And Bass Heavy's done tracks for, he does tracks for producers. Bass Heavy's done tracks for Manny Fresh. He's done tracks for Kanye West, and that's a producer. I'm using Bass Heavy, Huey Nunn on the vocals, and I'm trying to do the the R&B / rap thing a lot because, like I said, I play the trumpet. I can hear the music, but I can't sing. So I get somebody else to do the singing. And you know, I'm gonna do a feature here. I got one coming with ESG. Of course, I got one with Young. I always keep one with Young on there. And you know, I really try to just do solo music. I got D Black on one. I got Big Pup from the Pud Empire on one. And hey, man, mostly just myself, man. I'm just trying to push me.
No, I mean, that's amazing. I actually, the last interview was talking about when rappers did not do features. There was a time in hip hop when rappers did not do features. If you go back to the Run DMC and the first Big Daddy Kane and LL Cool J albums, they didn't have features. They do like J. Cole. J. Cole doesn't have features.
I love J. Cole. I try to.
You get on your album, but you're not getting on his. But back then, they didn't have features. Like MC Hammer didn't have features. He had 1,000 people in the music video, but he didn't have features. He was going to be the only one rapping, and he was talking about you couldn't rap. But I mean, back then it wasn't no features. Features, I think, came more along with the 90s, and it was like, hey, you know, which I mean, it's all hip hop, but that was just a part of time when they didn't do features. So when I see artists doing features, I mean, it's cool, but I definitely respect the artist because it's 3 times the work when you don't have features, because you got to go back in and put in every verse for that song, and you have to make sure it all up. You know. When you got 3 people on the song, you lay your verse down.
It's simple. If you Pimp C, I'm gonna do the beat. I'm gonna make a hook. Bun gonna do his verse. I'm gonna do my verse. Somebody else, boom. I mean, and music works like that. You look at the West Side Connection with Q, Mac 10, and WC. It's easy. We got the hook. Everybody do their verse. Album takes no time, you know. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that.
You still got to put out good music, because when you bring up Pimp C and Bun B, I mean, that was like the dynamic duo. Especially, I can't name 2 people who did it better than Bun B and Pimp C.
I won't forget A-Ball MG.
I was just getting ready to say.
In my mind, everybody say the best duo. Of course, I'm gonna go way back with Run DMC and all that type of stuff. But from the South, and neither one of them were from Houston. But in my mind, those are 2 of Houston's best duos ever. And it's almost equivalent because MJG makes the beats, MJG make the hook, Ball just got to do his part. Pimp C make the beat, he make the hook, Bun just got to do his part. And man, that was 2 of the best tandems I have ever seen.
Yeah, no Pacific order with those 2, no 1 or 2. Yeah, I mean, you can roll the dice with either one of them. They both got days. Both got hits for days. So after this Swangers on My Space, what do we have to look forward to?
Oh man, October starts the 4th quarter of 2020. I talk my trash and I try to speak things into existence about I'm gonna run the whole 2020 is mine. I got it. I'm almost there. I got a few more months, and by 2021, I plan on dropping a mixtape with DJ Red. It's going to be all freestyles. A few of the hooks are going to be freestyle. A few of the hooks are going to be written, but the majority of it's going to be all freestyle. I'm going to drop that the first of the year, 2020. And by April, I will be dropping my full-length album. I have dropped 2 EPs. These last 2 EPs I dropped, the greatest that ever did it and the best thing smoking, those were EPs with 7 songs. This next one is going to be Man on Fire. And it's coming into April, and it's gonna be hot. I'm really gonna push myself.
This is what I want to get into before we get out of here, and I want you to elaborate on this question. You said you're a veteran rapper, which you are. You've been in the game a long time. You've been an independent artist for a long time. Give young independent artists right now who are trying to get in the game, whether they want to stay or get a deal, because right now staying independent is a big thing for artists now. A lot of artists are learning about their man, and they're like, you know what, I'd rather just grind out and stay independent. So give me a couple gems that you would want to drop, or some takeaways that you want young up and coming artists to understand things that they gonna need that's gonna help them?
Okay, first and foremost, I would say a support system, a team. So in the 80s, a football player just had to run a 4.340. In the 2000s, a football players that's in 11th grade or some of them in junior high, he has to have a mentor. He has to have a pastor that knows somebody. He has to have an agent. We didn't have those things. We didn't need those things, you know. So that is a support team that you need right now to succeed in sports. You need a mentor, a good pastor that knows somebody he can borrow some money from some people, and you have an agent, and you got to have a home, your home base, your wife, your family, your mother. They have to be on board. If these people are not on board, you're going to always get resistance. And that's one. You have to have a support team. But I'll follow one with two. Two, all you have is yourself. You hear me? All you have is yourself. You know what you want. You know what food you want. In the middle of the day, you say, I want to eat this. I want to drink this. You know more about yourself than anyone else. And if you believe in yourself more than anyone else, then you should be the one pushing yourself. That's my second rule after team. You got to have a team. But if that doesn't work, you have to do everything. I mean, manage, produce, pay for the studio time, buy the tracks, go pick up the artists. You got artists you want to put on a song, you go pick up the artists. There's a lot of things that you have to do. And if you do it solely, you'll be like Master P. You'll be like everybody. You'll be like Too Short. Everybody else that took their rap career and they took it in their hands, they blossomed. And, you know, my last one, my third gem, if you're young and you're an upcoming artist, there's always going to be people on your side. There's always going to be, I had 3 groups. I'm back solo. I started solo. I ended up with 3 groups. I'm back solo. In life, ups and downs, twists and turns, this happens. So what you should do is you should verbally speak with people who you think are on your team, people who think that you're in a rap group or a music group and y'all want to do this together. You have to talk to them. When you talk to them, first thing they're going to say, I have the same dreams and aspirations you do. Right? Yeah, okay, cool. Boom, you go down the road. Here another person come, we trying to collect and get this team together. Oh man, I have the same dreams and aspirations that you do. I want to do the same things you do. I'm gonna look in your eye right now and tell you, maybe 1 out of 10 of those people actually mean what the hell they say, and only 1 out of 10 of them people is actually gonna put the work in. Guess who that 1 out of 10 of them people is? Yeah, you. Most people tell you they believe like you believe. If you got to push the car and the car run out of gas, they going to call somebody to come pick them up, tell you they got to go do something. This is how life is. I mean, a lot of people will genuinely tell you, look in your eye. They want the same thing. Everybody wants to succeed. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants fame and fortune. But they don't have what it takes, and they're not going to do what it takes. So it's your job as a young artist to weed them people out. I'm not saying don't. I love groups. I love camaraderie. I support all my homies, you know what I'm saying, in this music. And I always will. But everybody don't have a heart like me, and they're not going to have a heart like me. So if you're young and you starting this, it's going to be a whole bunch of people. Yeah, man, I was man. Yeah, that's what I want. When that hard work come in, they got to push their car, or they got to do like things I did. See, when I was in Screw House, I took the screw tape. I took the original screw tape, put it in a screw recorder, press record. Took another original screw tape, put it in a screw tape, press record. I was doing this before I even verbally said something on a screw tape. I was helping Screw do music before I even verbally stepped on a screw tape. When I went to Straight Profit Records, it was me, Young, Zero, Grace, Solo, C Now, Kool-Aid, Lil James, Lil Flex. We had an arsenal of people. When we would go out of town, we go to Louisiana, we go to Austin, we go to Lake Charles, Lafayette. Everybody chilling, everybody kicking. I got a backpack. You hear me? Still to this day. It's right now. I still got it. You hear this plastic CDs? I had a backpack. And I sold Youngster CD. I sold Zero CD. I sold Gray CD. I sold Flex CD. I sold all these people's CDs on the road. So by the time it was time to do the show money, I already had show money. You understand what I'm saying? So the livelihood of your business, the livelihood of your artistry, it is all solely down to you. It's up to you. Woodrow Lee, 3 gems.
So all the independent artists out there, young or old, you heard what Wood said. If you want to make it in this game, get up off your behind and make it happen. Nobody wants it more than you. And if somebody wants it more, you, then obviously you don't want it. But hey, Wood, thanks for coming out. We appreciate you having you. Definitely, when you want to have a face-to-face interview, any independent artist right now, make sure you go to your music. Make sure you go to your store and download Crowded Music, the streaming, the purple one. Then send us all your music over to crowdedmusicshare@gmail.com. Right now, anybody that's watching this, I want you at 10:30 to go to Bryan City TV and check out DJ 4500 and Kingly on the Discharge Show. Thanks
My
for coming.
boys.
Have you back. We'll have you back soon. Thanks.
All right, man. One love, RJ. One love.
What's up, Daddy? Chilling.
How you been?
I still got it. I see y'all doing y'all thing. I still remember. I got it. Zing. Nice like this. I would bang up with fall.
Oh man.
Y'all gonna let me? I still got it. Y'all gonna let me get down, right? Solo, y'all gonna let me get down, right? Nice like this.
Somebody get this bubble. Hey,
I wish
it's alright.
raindrops would fall.
It's alright.
Oh, Doug, man, we started.
You got to go.
We started together, man. We
You got to
started.
go, baby.
You got some rap, man.
That's how
I
y'all.
love you, G.
Long man dollar then.
Perfect, man.
You good.
I started the 5 heartbeats. This how I'm Eddie Kane. Y'all don't want to hang with old Eddie Kane? I'm Eddie Kane. Man, let me sing.
Just passing time. Oh, I don't know where I come from. I don't know where I go. But one thing I do know, this world ain't my home. I'm just passing by, yeah. I'm just passing time. I'm just passing my Lord. I'm just passing my time.
I don't know where I come from, I don't know where I go. But the only thing I do know, this world ain't